Alright guys, we got about a 15, 20, 25 minute kettlebell workout. Not sure how long this is going to take, but it should be fun. If you have multiple weights of kettlebells, awesome. If you don't, no big deal. You may have to adjust the reps for how long you work depending on the weight of your kettlebell. Just going to start off with a warm up and getting the shoulders and the hips moving around first. So, just kind of scissoring the arms. If you don't have a kettlebell, a lot of this stuff you can still do with a dumbbell, which I'll show you if there's a substitute for that. And with keeping with the reps and stuff like that, I'll call out numbers of reps of how many you're supposed to do. Depending on the weight of your kettlebell, if you can't do them, that's okay. You can just work as long as I do, or if you need to cut a little short, that's fine too. And then big arm circles, reaching back as far back as you can. And reverse. Kind of looks like a breaststroke in swimming. And we're going to do a swan dive. So you got your feet right underneath you. You're going to clasp your hands together. Lean back. And dive forward. Reaching for the floor. Legs are mostly straight. And then reverse what you just did. Reach back. Dive forward. Dive forward one more time. We get some glute lighting. That's much better. So we've got a nice wide stance. Toes are mostly pointing forward. Maybe a slightly turned out is fine as well. And reach towards one foot. All the way back up. Over to the other foot. Just hold for a second. Just go back. Do it one more time on both sides. Go right down in the middle. Reach in between the legs. You may add a couple bounces in there if you like. And one more. There we go. So, let's start off with a pretty light kettlebell on this one, or if you only have the one, that's fine too. So, I'm going to hold on by the horns, and come over one shoulder, over the other. Back. Relax for a second. We're going to hold on by the kettlebell the same way. Got the horns, stomach level, and just reach straight back. Reaching to get that handle close to the shoulder blades. side. I'm just switching up for a heavier one on this one. If you only have the one kettlebell, same thing, just use the one that you got. So if you're using a kettlebell, you want your hand as far over into that corner of the kettlebell right over here as you can. And it's just a hula hoop around the body. Obviously, notice the difference between the sides. Do one more. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to do that one more time. So we're going to come back to this lighter kettlebell if you get one. At the stomach, one side, and over the other. We'll do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go. And we're going to do that kettlebell hula hoop. Here we are. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and reverse. And last one. There we go. Grab you a sip of water. Body should be nice and warmed up. If you're not, feel free to hit pause and knock out something that you feel needs a little more stretch. All right. Get you guys just a little bit different angle. All right, so we're going to start off with the kettlebell deadlift. You got a heavy one, that's great. If you don't have a kettlebell with this one, feel free to use a dumbbell. Just wrap your hands around it. So with the dumbbell, just going to squat it down to the ground and back up before you're using the kettlebell. So grab onto the handle just like I would normally do. Squat down and back up. All right, ready? So knock out 15 of these. Yeah, and now we got swings. Here we go. Three, 2, and 1. There we go. Take a little breather. I'm going to come back to those 15 deadlifts and 15 swings here. Maybe about 20 or 30 seconds of rest. about right there. Standing right on top of the kettlebell. And there we go. One more. There we go. And getting ready for the swings. Five more. There we go. 20, 30 seconds of rest. That's about right there. Here we go. Deadlift, 15. If you're finding that you can't keep up, that's completely fine. Take breaks whenever you need it. Or hip ups. Or if 15 reps is too much for the weight kettlebell that you have, feel free to make that 8, 9, 10, 12, whatever number works for you. One more. There we go. And swings. One more. There it is. Good. Take a breather. Let everything chill out. Grab you a sip of water if you need it. Alright, so this one's going to be a little bit more faster pace, not a whole lot of breaks. However, if your fitness level doesn't allow you to not take breaks, go and hit pause. Go and take a break. So, once again, if you're using that dumbbell, I'll show you that first. If you're using the kettlebell, you'll see everything as it comes along. But, so we've got 5 single arm swings, 5 dumbbell cleans, and 5 push press. So with the dumbbell, if you're using one, a single arm swing, it's going to come right through the legs, just like that, just minus the other hand. Dumbbell clean, it's just basically that plus a curl. Right there, and then the push press, a little dip, and press out. Alright, and then we'll come back over to the other side with no rest, and then come back over to the other side with no rest. So we're going to do 3 sets of this, just so you know where the finish line is. And once again, if your fitness level doesn't allow you to not take breaks, that's okay. Hit pause. When you're ready, hit play. So it's going to be 5 of everything, 3 sets. Starting off with the single arm swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Going into the clean. Racking on the outside of that forearm. Down. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Push press. Little dip. And then we'll do the other side. If fitness level is a limiter, hit pause now. Single arm swing. 1, 2, 3, 5, into the clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Push press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And right back to the other side. Once again, fitness level is limiter. Hit pause. Here we go, single arm swing. There's 5 and clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, and push press. And the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Push press. One more time for both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Push press. 1, 2, 4, 5. Go. And last one here. And 5. Clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Push press. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take a breather. Nicely done. Let that heart rate come down a little bit. Grab you a sip of water. The next thing we got up is alternating rows. And so you're going to stand right on top of the kettlebell. You're bent over, so from a profile, my back's nice and flat, my knees are unlocked. I'm going to row the dumbbell, set it down. Row the dumbbell, set it down. And notice whenever I do that, this hand, the non-working hand, is not touching the body. So you're going to put it on the leg, trying to get support. You're going to get just as much abs and lower back out of this as you are arm and upper back. Once again, if you're using a dumbbell, do the exact same thing, just put the dumbbell. So it's on the ground, pick it up, set it down. Pick it up, set it down. Just like that. Alright, here we go. Alternating the hands here. Shooting for about 10 on each arm or to your fitness level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more row. There you go. Ah, good. Should feel some hamstrings We're just going to stick with this one. All right, ready to roll. Here we go. One more. Woo. We got one more set. Same thing as before. You need to hit pause at any one point. Feel free to hit pause. All right, here we go. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. Done. I should probably mention my sponsors in these videos, otherwise they get pissed off at me. Sponsor is Concrete Personal Training. So, hi.